tree fungus and moss is growing on my peach trees. It is killing my trees and all of my peaches are brown rotting. What do I need to do to save my peach trees from moss and fungus? And this is Doug. All right, Mr. D, we got a lot of things going on here, right?
Yeah.
Tree fungus, moss, brown rotting, which you always tell us happens to peaches, right?
You know, bless your heart, you got peach trees. The only thing you can do to keep a peach tree alive in a homeowner situation is to spray and spray and spray and spray. And if you don't, you will have brown rot.
Yeah, you always say.
And brown rot affects the fruit, it affects the leaves, and it affects the stems.
Wow.
And it can kill the tree. If you don't spray, you will also, if you're lucky enough to have fruit, you will have plum curculio. You'll have a little worm or several worms in every fruit, because the plum curculio just does that. She finds, that female finds that fruit, she makes a little semicircle cut, lays an egg under it, and so you can, if you see a little half moon scar on the fruit, you know that somewhere in there's a larvae tunneling around and enjoying himself. You will have white peach scale, which is one of the things that I think they're talking about when they're talking about moss growing on there. That's probably white peach scale. It'll completely cover, circle the trunk, circle the limbs, lower limbs, and wherever the white peach scale is, that part of the tree will die.
Wow.
And so if it circles the trunk, the whole tree will die.
Wow.
The University of Tennessee has a home orchard spray guide, and you need to, in order to prevent these things from happening, you need to spray the delayed dormant spray in late winter with oil, an oil emulsion, and that will help you on the scale control. It'll also help you with aphids and mites.
Okay.
At bloom, spray with a fungicide, and Captan is the one that we recommend. And late bloom or petal fall, do that again, and you can use Captan or sulfur or chlorthalonil, another fungicide. At shuck split, you need to go back and spray again with Captan or sulfur or chlorthalonil, but you need to kick in an insecticide. Malathion is the insecticide that we recommend at shuck split. And then, and that's 7 days after, shuck split is usually about a week after petals have all fallen off. And then cover sprays at 10 to 14 day intervals with Captan or sulfur as a fungicide plus malathion. And you need to do that up until harvest. If you spray and it rains and washes your spray off, these sprays are preventative in nature.
Right.
And if the Mother Nature decides to wash your spray off, you need to pretend like you didn't spray and go out there and do it again.
Wow.
And that means if you spray and it rains tomorrow, you got to go back and spray again. If it rains, you know, and it's really, really hard to keep the cover spray on there. Additionally,
oh gosh,
another insect that will kill your peach trees is the peach tree borer. And there's the lesser peach tree borer, which gets in the upper limbs, which will just kill the limbs that they get in it. But the regular peach tree borer gets down at the base of the plant. And if it does that, it will kill that peach tree. And they're very, very common. And in order to prevent that from happening, you need to go with trunk and main scaffold sprays, May 31st in Tennessee, June 30 and July 15. But you need to check with your local extension office where you are to find out the times to do that. With S-fenvalerate or gamma cyhalothrin insecticide. Those are the two insecticides that are recommended to control the peach tree borer. And then pre-harvest sprays 2 to 3 weeks before harvest, Captan plus either thiophanate methyl, Immunox, or propiconazole, fungicide. So,
it's so much.
And then if you've done all that and you succeeded and you had a good crop, next fall, do an early dormant spray in late fall after the leaves have dropped with copper, chlorthalonil, or liquid lime sulfur. So, and that's all from the Home Orchard Spray Guide.
Home Orchard Spray Guide.
So I would suggest you get you one of these, you laminate it, because you're going to want it out in your shop,
Right.
and you just need to do that, or go to your local store and buy you some peaches.
Right.
It's a lot cheaper to buy peaches than it is to try to produce them. You know, they're really, really hard. And same thing's true for plums.
Sure.
Peaches and plums, they're in the same category.
Wow. Hope you enjoyed the video. We would love to get more questions from you. So be sure to leave us some comments.